Boys chant, "You are not like other girls," adding in the same breath, "You are crazy, I like it." Wait, does that imply the other gender is crazy? Here is a joke. All my bullies identify as feminists. But what is feminism? A fad? A virus? Feminism is an equal to sign, a balancing scale, a ray of hope beaming through the dense patriarchal clouds, an assertion of needs and desires, a search for a better world, a just world. And I have always been too justice oriented to not be a feminist. This poem traces its roots in the infamous incident from my final 6 months in school, when I left some comments on a classmate's picture. I must admit, I'm not perfect, I have erred. I displaced my anger at a mass mentality that abets bullying onto this girl's picture, making her a synecdoche. Why? I was anguished by the double standards where women who post "women support women" do not support women, where I'm bullied by women and cheering for them are other women, where my misery is their daily entertainment, but they are the loudest justice warriors on social media. This disparity between their online and offline presence baffled me. Reactive abuse, perhaps? Nonetheless, those comments were a mistake and now I am a monster. You might think that people were somewhat mean to me and I yelled assault. But the truth is, I start school as a high achiever. Countless people try to take advantage of me and treat me like a dog. To spice things up further, they manipulate my decisions and I am dating boys against my will. But there is more. They character assassinate me. Further, throw dirt at my family. Reverse roles to present themselves as victims. Hound me on social media for years, long after school is over. Move on? I am the one who had decided to leave things in the past, but they would not stop. They would call me cute, said I looked like a doll, and something about innocence is tempting, making me an easy target. Pseudo-feminism. Something where the stakeholders think that they are the upholders of justice, but are really just partaking in monkey business. Happens when people cannot grasp what feminism actually means, just like the peasants misinterpreting Gandhi's words and starting violence. Something that countless men claim to be a victim of. And men? Not all men, men too? I understand their frustration, but when the fog clears, will they see that they too are victims of patriarchy? Patriarchy is the all-consuming darkness that spares no one. And the sooner men realize how they too need feminism, the better. Toxic masculinity serves no one. It is a facade constructed by the shallow. But what about toxic femininity? What about the pick-me girls, the misguided, hateful bunch? What about those who are only feminists on the internet and secretly revel in their internalized misogyny? What about the pain of having to prove that you were the feminist all along, getting framed by femi-fascists? Understand that some of the loudest feminists on the internet are some of the biggest hypocrites, and that people resort to desperate measures for attention. Behind woke culture are genuine people as well as spurious folks whose stance is whatever is trending, rarely aligning with their true selves. Men don't wear pink, never something a woman has dictated, but definitely a rule amongst many men. The same way rules were set up for house chores, because daily functioning needed segregation based on genders. Speaking of gender roles, I tried to be the woman, the man, and everything in between. I tried being perfect, cute, innocent, funny, cool, a have-it-all, and received vitriol because I was all that. There is no winning here. I have spicy thoughts. OCD thoughts are interesting and everyone wants a piece of it. Thoughts which many try to plagiarize, thereby stealing my share of love, because these ideas fetch me love. The same thoughts which they also tried to cancel me for. because jealousy runs strong. Cancel culture is either put to good use or made into a mockery. Today, I speak as the twice oppressed, as a woman and a neurodivergent, living in the constant fear of crimes and discrimination. Oppression sits by women's bedside and watches us weep when the whole world goes to sleep. Needless to say, it affects our mental health. There is no feminism without touching on mental health, and vice versa. So I want people to assume that I stand against all forms of evil as a mental health advocate. Motherhood, the scarlet symbol of femininity. The closest one could be to God is by letting a woman decide what she wishes to do with her body. With Women's Day around the corner, I do not want to read, "She is someone's daughter." She is someone. Period. But more than words online, what is ingrained in our psyche needs to change. I hope every woman embraces the divinity that she radiates. It has always been inside of you, the magic, the woman. This is the last video addressing my bullies. Next video onwards, I talk about my lovers. Visit my blog for more. Link in the video description.